Hey y'all, we are Carson and Melissa of McCraws on the Map, and we are here to give you honest campground reviews as we travel around the country. Follow along to see where we're staying next. If you're planning to visit Cuyahoga Valley National Park in Ohio, we highly recommend staying at Stow Silver Springs Campground in Stow, Ohio. It was just about 15 minutes southeast of the national park, so easy access to the park for the visitor center, the hiking trails, water activities, and everything that the national park has to offer. The campground was also very spacious and beautiful, so we enjoyed our stay here quite a bit. Carson, in terms of comfort, how would you rate this campground?
I would give this campground a 4 out of 5. There were a lot of large lots there and a lot of area in between each lot. We had one of the bigger lots on the property, but even the majority of the spaces here were easily accessible for larger rigs, I'd say.
Yes, they were very spread out too, so privacy in between the lots, and it was also very well maintained and clean, so a very nice, comfortable place to stay. What about amenities, Carson? How would you rate this campground?
For that, I would give this campground a 3 out of 5. It had a nice pond at the entrance that was there, so when you drove in, it kind of welcomed you to the property. And it also had some walking trails that gave you views of the ponds and each of the amenities that we had on the property as well.
Yes, and there was also a huge playground for the kiddos, so very kid-friendly, and a massive dog park that Harper loved. It had a huge pond inside the park and plenty of off-leash areas for the pups. There were also porta potties on the campsite that were very close for easy access. There were flush toilets and bathrooms with hot water as well, but they were down by the recreation areas of the park, so a little bit of a walk away from the camping area, and they did close at night, so definitely better to be self-contained or be comfortable with the porta potties if you are going to stay here.
This campground did not have full hookups, but did have electric. Just pay attention to the amps of the site you book on the website, because all of them are not 30 amps. You might be sharing power at another site and it could be 20 amp. You'll just have to check and see which is available.
Also, since the campground is not full hookups, that does mean that there is a dump station, and they do have a rinse station for cleanup after dumping. And there is also potable water fill up, so make sure that you fill up your tanks before you get settled in your site. Okay, and that brings us to value.
For value for this campground, I would give it a 4 out of 5. It was about $25 a night, including fees, so that was a really good price point.
Agreed. And in terms of location, I think it was also a great location. We would probably give it about a 3 out of 5. While it was super close to the national park, I think probably one of the closer campgrounds that you could get in terms of getting to Cuyahoga Valley. But it was kind of right in the middle of some neighborhoods, so you don't really have that true wilderness vibe or feeling like you're out separated from nature. You were in some neighborhoods, but you were very close to towns that offered food, groceries, restaurants, and laundromats and things of that nature, so it was very convenient.
For the wow factor of this park, I would give it a 3 out of 5. We did enjoy the large dog park there, as well as the ponds that were on the site. That was really nice to be able to have a little bit of nature close by whenever we were getting up in the morning or taking strolls around the campground in the evenings and whatnot.
Agreed. And a wow for us in particular, too, was that we were there towards the end of August, and the park was not busy at all. It was maybe only about a quarter of the way full, so it was very private and when we were there, and just very spacious and open. But I feel like even if the campground was at full capacity, it would still be very nice and private and spacious, so still a very beautiful place to stay. And as well, the campground host that was there on duty while we were visiting was super helpful and gave great recommendations, and always checked on us multiple times throughout our stay to make sure we were okay. All in all, we would definitely recommend staying at Stow Silver Springs Campground, and we will visit again when we are back in the area. So until next time, thanks for following along, and stay tuned to see where we're going to be camping next.
Make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching.